Welcome back to another Honkai Impact 3 video. It's your homie Cody GT, and in today's video, my boys, we are going to do a bit of a showcase and some gameplay of Blueberry Blitz Liliya on the global side of Honkai Impact 3, as well as a character review, so you can get a little more insight on what Liliya brings to the table and what she can offer you to the team as far as her skills and her gameplay. So let's go ahead and take a look at Liliya. I hope you enjoyed the video today. I hope you like what you see. If you do, go ahead and drop a like. It's greatly appreciated. It means a lot to me. And if you're new to the channel, you enjoy the gameplay, you enjoy the showcase, you like what you see, go ahead and consider subscribing, as we are on our way to 10,000 subscribers. Join the family today, as we're trying to reach that before the end of 2019. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead, let's jump in and see what Liliya is all about first before we jump into the showcase. So we have Liliya Blueberry Blitz right here. So if we jump over to her features, she is a mecha type Valkyrie, which is fantastic. She is close to mid-range, shield breaker, DPS, powerful defense, and retaliation skills, buffs specific teammates. So Liliya is all about support, and Liliya can dish out the damage as well. The thing about Liliya is that you really need to know how to play her. She is a bit of a more complicated type of Valkyrie. She's not as simple, but if you learn how to play her properly, she can really benefit you on a lot of different team combinations. The best thing about Liliya is she is a really good standalone Valkyrie. You can use her as a main DPS if you know how to play her properly, or you can use her as a support Valkyrie if you just want to have her buff teams or certain teammates. So keep that in mind with Liliya. She's very versatile. You can use her in a lot of different situations. Now we'll move over to her primary role is freeze, shield break, charge, and attract. Her ultimate will bear you, adopt the defensive stance to negate incoming attacks. This is where Liliya becomes very unique, as I believe she's the only Valkyrie up to this date that has a true counter mechanic. And if you can nail down that counter mechanic, she can deal out some fantastic damage for you. It is really fun to play with Liliya because she's so different. You just, like I mentioned, have to get her playstyle down, but once you do, it's a really good time. Now, when defensive stance ends or when attacked during defensive stance, retaliation is triggered, inflicting 550% plus 400% attack of physical damage, and applies weaken, deals 20% less damage to the enemy for 6 seconds. If attacked immediately after taking defensive stance, retaliation X is triggered, dealing 850% plus 700% attack of physical damage, proccing a brief time fracture and reducing ultimate cooldown by 9 seconds. So that is extremely important, my boys. You want to proc that defensive stance immediately when the enemy is attacking. You need to nail down that timing, because it's going to reduce the ultimate cooldown by 9 seconds, which means you could go right back into that defensive stance. Not only that, it does proc a brief time fracture, and it also reduces the enemy's damage as well. It applies weaken. So that is extremely important to make sure that you nail down that timing, because if you just proc the defensive stance whenever and the enemy doesn't attack you right away, you're gonna have a cooldown of 15 seconds, I believe, instead of having it reduced by 9 seconds. So that means getting your ultimate is going to take that much longer to get to, which means you won't be able to do the defensive stance as much, which the defensive stance is very crucial for Blueberry Blitz Liliya to be able to do the most amount of damage, because as you can see, when you don't proc it when you're supposed to, right on time, you do 550% plus 400% attack and physical damage. But if you do it right when the enemy attacks, you'll deal 850% plus 700% of attack of physical damage. So there's a lot more benefits if you nail that timing down. So keep that in mind. Now, the leader bonus, mech and psychic type battle suits deal 10% more damage to shields. That's decent. You can really knock down the shield quicker for enemies that you're facing against, but nothing too crazy as far as that's concerned. The formation, you have applicable Yamabuki Armor and Molotov Cherry, Rosalia or Rosa. Now, this is a really good team combination. It works very well. But like I mentioned, Liliya can fit on a lot of different teams, and she's very versatile. So you could really play with the team combinations here. But this is a good one. This is not a bad one. And then you have her applicable weapon, Swan Lake, and her stigmatas as well. Now, I don't have any of her applicable weapons or stigmatas. You may want to go ahead and shoot for the weapon. It is a really good one for her. Triggers 2 explosions that deal 50% plus 100% plus 200% of attack of physical damage. The second explosion impairs the enemy. Defense lowered by 50% for 6 seconds. Can hold 2 charges. Performing Retaliation X gives Blueberry Blitz 1 charge. The next use of Austenite Blade gives 9 SP in return. So it's just very applicable for Liliya. She's able to get more SP. She's able to get an additional charge upon the retaliation, her counter. So it's really good. Now, when ultimate hits, wielder gains 20% physical damage and 20% crit damage for 6 seconds. Again, really, really applicable. And the aesthetics just matches Liliya really well. So it's a fantastic weapon. Probably the one I would recommend the most. Now we're going to get into some more weapons that will be applicable for Liliya as well here in just 1 second. And then we have the stigmata set. Now for Liliya, a lot of different stigmatas will work. You don't have to necessarily have her applicable one. I'll go ahead and show what I have on her right now. Now I do have her to S rank. Usually I evolve all my Valkyries on camera, but in order to do a proper showcase, I needed to see what she was capable of at S rank. So I had to go ahead and evolve her early. I do apologize, my boys. I normally do that on camera. But anyways, moving over to what I have on my Liliya, I have Blood Dance. I obviously don't have it maxed out. Now, the weapons, the reason why I put Blood Dance is because I really don't have any other applicable weapons that would really go for her as far as great swords go. So that is a bit of a rip. One weapon that I would go ahead and place on her, if you do have, which works with her really well and is free to play, is the Judgment of Shemesh. As you can see, I do not... Judgment of Shemesh. What am I talking about? Not Judgment of Shemesh. Judgment by Dawn. I don't know why I said Judgment of Shemesh. Because I guess it's... I don't know. Don't worry about what I said last time. Judgment by Dawn. This is a really good free-to-play weapon to go ahead and apply to Liliya that you can grind up and go ahead and obtain. It's going to give you some attack speed and also crit rate by using the weapon skill, and the crit hits have a 15% chance unleashing a lightning circle dealing 500 lightning damage, so you get some additional lightning damage as there, but it's really good for the attack speed and the crit rate. So that's a really good free-to-play weapon you can go ahead and obtain, as well as Balmung. If you're doing the time swirl, this is also a really good free-to-play weapon that you can apply to Liliya also. So keep those in mind. You have those two that you can go ahead and apply. But as you can see, I do not have the materials to go ahead and apply that to my Liliya. So right now I have Blood Dance on her. It's just the most applicable for me. As far as the stigmatas, this is what I went ahead and applied for her just to try it out, and it actually works pretty well. I have the Schrodinger top to go ahead and deal some more damage, to be able to deal more damage when it comes to basic and charge attacks and combo attacks. I have a 50% chance of gaining 205% total damage multiplier. So that's why I put Schrodinger top. I got the May Mid Beach Party on her, as well as I can gain 60% total damage multiplier when attacking. Attack skins enemies gain 13% total damage multiplier. So I'm just really trying to output the most damage when it comes to Liliya. And then for the bottom, I have the Teresa Origin bottom. Upon using a weapon active skill, gain 25% attack speed. Really good. Goes hand in hand with Blood Dance, as I like to use Blood Dance's weapon skill. So once I do that, I'll gain some more attack speed. Now, if we go over to some more applicable stigmas that you can go ahead and apply to Liliya, obviously we can go with different stigmata sets. For example, for the top, we have a couple of different. Let me see here. You could go with the plank top here. I went blank there for a second. You could go with plank T. That would work out pretty decently. You could also go with Schrodinger band. T as well. Just about any physical damage stigmata will really go ahead and work for your Liliya if you have the applicable stigmata top. As far as the mid, there's a lot of good mid stigmas that you can use as well. You have the Bathory, let me see here, mid that you can use, the Elizabeth mid. You also have the Ekaterina mid that you can use that would work really well as a good mid stigma. There's a lot of different ones that you can go ahead and apply to her, so that's another one that you can go with. And then for the bottom, again, if you have the applicable bottoms, there's a couple of different options you can take advantage of when it comes to that. So keep that in mind when you're going ahead and applying different stigmas. Liliya is very versatile. You can place different stigmas on her. Of course, her applicable ones will work really well also, so keep that in mind as well. So moving over to the skills, we do have some of her skills unlocked. Obviously, you want to get Liliya as close to triple S rank as possible, or get her there as quickly as possible, because she really scales with her ranking. So the faster you can get her to triple S rank, the better she is going to be for you as far as her potential. So we have her charge attack right here, performs a charge leap into the air for a dive attack. And here is where you can go ahead and unlock this. Now, triple S rank, she has hardened Sabat. Charge attack deals more damage to shielded enemies, so that's really good right there. Moving on to Will Bear You, adopt the defensive stance to negate incoming attacks. This is her ultimate, and then you can see the different buffs she gets here. Now, as you can see, I have ran out of materials when it comes to gold. I just ran out of gold because there's so many Valkyries that I've been trying to upgrade, between Yamabuki armor augmented, and then you have Rosa, and now Liliya. It's just so many Valkyries. I've been trying to upgrade their skills. I've just ran out of gold, so I couldn't max out everything, but I tried. And then you have her basic attacks here. Basic attack deals ice damage, so that's the flash freeze, which is fantastic. And then the Operation Gemina triggers when enemy is knocked airborne or when teammate is hit. Deals physical damage to nearby enemies. Also heals Molotov Cherry Rosa, so that is really good. Her QTE heals Rosa, so Rosa definitely benefits from Liliya there, having that on there. Now we have the Speedy Recovery, shortens cooldown, ultimate evasion. That's really good as well. And then the Iron Curtain deals bonus damage. And then this is the ultimate evasion. Generates an Iron Curtain that hits enemies in the AoE, dealing 50% attack of physical damage per half second and pulling them in for 3 seconds, which is really good. Benefits Rosa as well, because then Rosa can use her spinning attack and really attack those enemies close to her. And then her passive bonus applies automatically. Blitz power, battle starts with 1000 BP. Her BP recovers 40 seconds. First 3-second sequences of basic attack restores 35 BP. 4th sequence and ultimate evasion restores 70 BP. This is her charge attack where she can jump into the air and come down. It's a really good maneuver to be able to position or to be able to get out of certain situations. Great against mob bosses, or mob enemies I should say. Good against more than 2 or 3 enemies. It's really fantastic maneuver. Now the maneuver warfare deals more damage to enemies affected by weaken or time slow, which is really good because she can apply the weaken if you nail the defensive stance down. And then at double S rank, equipment enhancement, first attack after switch entry freezes the enemy. Other teammates switching in deals more physical damage, which is again really applicable for Rosa, so you can see how they can benefit there. So there is her skills, my boys. There are the stigmas that I apply to her and the weapon that I have on her also. Now this isn't the most optimal build, but it is a decent one for her, and I'll probably do an updated showcase when I get a more optimal build on her. But let's go ahead, let's actually jump into the gameplay. Let's see what she's capable of, and let's see a bit of that showcase. I'll see you over there. All right, my boy, so I thought I would hop into Dirac, as I feel this would be the best play or place to go ahead and show off Liliya's gameplay and, you know, give her a bit of a showcase here as we can fight multiple enemies here. So as you can see, I have the applicable formation with Rosa and Yamabuki armor augmented, and I have Liliya here. Now I'm going to try and see if I just only use Liliya in this gameplay. But as you can see, the aesthetics, fantastic. She looks amazing. Let's get into some fights here. So we're going to go ahead and start off here where we'll have type advantage, which is great. So we're going to do her basic attacks here. Okay, the enemy attacked right away. Not playing any games. So let's see some basic attacks. Really nice. I like the range. And there goes the ultimate evasion. There we go. Got it applied. AoE. And now we can lay down some attacks here. If I can speak today. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and do her charge attack as I'm taking damage already. There you go. Slams the ground. Fantastic. And as you can see, that QTEs Rosa in right away. I'm going to go ahead and use my elf here so I can get some health back. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply the defensive stance, see if I can get that timing. There you go, right there. Bit of a time fracture, deals amazing damage. We have the charge attack back already, and look, we have the ultimate evasion back that quickly. So it is amazing if you can get that timing down, because that's really going to help you be able to do that defensive stance more often, which is really going to enhance your gameplay when it comes to Liliya. As you can see, she can be a damage dealer on her own as well as a support, so she has a lot of versatility. So let's go ahead here. Now I'm gonna do, let me see if I can do the ultimate evasion. Okay, there, nope, there we go. All right, let me see if I can get that defensive stance timing. There we go, see there. And then what I like to do is jump in the air, boom, and that damage, my boys, she does so much damage. And look, the ultimate is back again. We can go right back into it. There you go. And right into the attacks. The damage is fantastic. So we're going to go ahead and attack here. Now, I could use the weapon skill, which I'm going to go ahead and do in the next fight. And we can see that her attack speed will increase because we have that stigma bottom on. And then you'll see her be able to attack a lot faster. So let's go ahead and showcase that over here. Is there an enemy here? No, there's not. I believe we got to go upstairs. Upstairs. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and attack here. I'm going to go ahead and start here. So let me go ahead and apply the weapon skill. And I didn't get the defensive stance timing. So we don't get the time fracture. And you can see how much slower the ultimate is to come back. But you can see the attack speed is a lot quicker now that we did the weapon skill, which is awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this. I'm going to get out of there. Alright, so let me see if I can get this timing down again. I did not get the timing down at all. It's tricky, my boys. You really have to really practice with Liliya. Liliya is not a Valkyrie you can just go ahead and just become instantly good at. You have to get her timing down and you have to get her gameplay down. But once you do, like I mentioned, she becomes such a fantastic Valkyrie for you if you can nail down her playstyle. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and jump in the air really quickly. Let me do that there. Let me do the ultimate evasion. I'm going to do the weapon skill. And we got the attack speed a little bit quicker there. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into one more fight here. And see if we can really get this down packed. But as you can see, she's doing fantastic. She is a really, really good Valkyrie. Very different. I love to play with her because her style is so different. And that's why I enjoy it. So there we go. Oh, we did not get it. Okay, we got close, but we did not get it exactly. So that's how you can see how crucial that timing is. But we'll get out of there. We'll do the weapon skill again. There we go. Now we got a quicker attack speed, as you can see. Let me see if I can nail down that timing again. If we can come here. Okay, come on. Oh, I did not get it again. See, it's tricky, my boys. It's tricky. It just takes practice. But once you practice and you get it down packed, you'll be good to go, and she'll be really, really good for you. And certain enemies are easier to counter than others. Their attacks are a lot easier to read. Let's see if we can read this one again. Oh my goodness, I didn't get it again, my boys. All right, let me try it here. Get a couple attacks in. Okay, I didn't get to there. All right, we're just gonna kill this guy off because it's just I can't get his timing down. So we're gonna go ahead and just kill him off, and that will be the showcase. But I hope I showed it off earlier. I hope you were able to see it. I hope you enjoyed it. and I hope you were able to get a little bit of insight on that as far as the attacking and the countering is concerned. But with that being said, I'll see you back on the ship, my boys. So that was the gameplay, that was the showcase, and that was a bit of a character review on Liliya Blueberry Blitz. I hope that gives you a little more insight on Liliya. I hope that shows a little bit of what she's capable of and what she's able to do, and I hope that helps you out if you have Liliya and you're playing with her and you weren't too sure what she offers or what she's capable of. I hope this video helped. If it did, like I mentioned before, go ahead and drop a like. If you enjoyed the content, consider subscribing. And with that being said, I am going to get out of here. Be on the lookout for my next video, as it will be a showcase gameplay character review of Rosa, Blueberry Blitz, Liliya's twin. So that should be a good time. Look out for that. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out.